everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Cassandra from the blog Craft to Lever After, and I'm so excited to chat to you guys again. I've had a lot of new subscribers that joined the channel. Welcome. Thank you to all of you guys who've been with me from the start. It's just so exciting to have all of you here, spend some time with you and chat about crochet. So today I'm still, believe it or not, in my bedroom. It's just a different wall. I thought I'd mix it up a bit, have something interesting in the background. Although I can't say what's behind me is that interesting, because the only thing you can make out is my little Funko Pop Barbie collection. Now that my whole Barbie love of Barbie dolls is a whole different story that's gonna pop up in the future on the channel, you know, with me being on this vintage pattern vibe. Be sure that a few vintage Barbie dress patterns will appear somewhere in the future on this channel. But anyway, I am already digressing. I haven't even started on today's chat. So let me just get right to it. I wanted to show you guys the main thing that I've just been loving working on the last while, and that has been my bears, my vintage bear pattern. I showed you last week the particle that I finished, who came out super adorable. I showed you the teeny tiny little brown bear who was headed towards being a Santa bear. And I have worked on him and his little girlfriend, and I want to show you what they ended up as. So you saw the plain little bear last week without his outfit. It was me and the struggles with the jacket, which I did end up sorting out. So I followed the pattern 100% for this guy. The only thing, I didn't have snaps, still not. I did order, I'm waiting for it to arrive. So I did sew the little belt closed in the back, so it's not attached to the jacket, so I can just slip the belt off if I want to. The jacket is not fastened with anything, although I think the pattern does ask that you put snaps on. I had this weird, they actually want you to take cotton balls, pull it apart and then glue it onto your little outfit for the trim. Now folks, there's no way I am gluing any cotton balls onto my hard work. So I had this weird furry yarn that I bought in South Africa already. I can't remember what I wanted to make with it. There was like this craze where everyone did something in a furry yarn. I thought it was amazing. I bought a bunch of furry yarn in I don't know what colors, but I can't see the stitches. So literally for the last 9 years probably that I've had this yarn, I had it from almost when I started crocheting, all I can do with it is put trim on things. So all of my Christmas things that I make always has this little fur trim, because I can only do one row because I cannot see the second row to continue with it. So I will never make a complete project from it, but to use as trim, especially in Christmas outfits, I love it. So this is my little Mr. Santa bear with his little outfit. I think they glued a pom-pom to the front. I had this cute little bell that I thought would be very, very adorable. So this is Mr. Santa. He's done. Now, for those of you who have watched me before, you know I do like going just the teensiest bit rogue on patterns. So it was inevitable. It was coming. I knew it was going to happen. I cannot do pairs of bears and do everyone strictly according to the pattern. So this one, the whole outfit, strictly according to the pattern. Then, of course, now Mr. Santa Bear, he had to have his girlfriend because it's called Pairs of Bears. And I'll just quick show you the book again for those who haven't seen it. This was the Pairs of Bears. This is what I've been stuck on for the last 2 weeks. I absolutely love it. So I have made this particle She's also, I did pop her onto my Instagram, so she must still get her her little party boyfriend. But I'm struggling with the yarn because I made her using the confection DK from the June Crochet Society box, but there isn't enough yarn left of the white to make a second bear. Now I do also have the Crochet Society advent calendar from last year, and there's a few small balls of white in there, but they do not match the white that I used on the birthday party girl bear. So I'm thinking that I might use some white DK yarn that I still have, that I brought from South Africa. So he will be a different white, still a DK, and then I'll just make his outfit with the confection DK from my Bella Coco box. So that's what I'm thinking. That's why she doesn't have a boyfriend yet. It's because I'm having white yarn struggles. But anyway, so this was the little Christmas, but now he's from the back. So this was the little Christmas one I made. You can see him here in the front. There he is. Now, as I mentioned before, these two photos are the only pictures that I have got to work on from to complete the outfit. So this very long thing, just over here and here, this is the instructions for the outfits. In the front of the book, they've got basics. So they've got a basic bodice, a basic skirt A, basic skirt B, basic shirt, basic jacket, basic pants A, basic pants B. So then, according to whatever pattern you make, they will direct you to use basic bodice A or basic pants B. So it is a bit of a flip back and forth, but not too much. I mean, it's not the world's thickest pattern book, but I've been loving it. Anyway, let me show you little the Christmas bee. Now, I will tell you how I switched around. I was not feeling this very old-timey Mrs. Santa Bear. I mean, it's Christmas. She needs to look festive. So what I did, the first thing I changed, okay, let me show you. This is her. I absolutely love her. She is super, super cute. There she is with her chunky little legs, her little belly. She is super adorable. So for her, the first thing I changed was the ears. Now on the little bear, all they do is they do a ring, and then you crochet, I think, 8 into it, and then you sew it onto the head. This is what I did for this one. Now for her, I did my preferred method of making ears, and for most modern patterns you would find the direction for ears the same. So you make a circle like you would for the head, and you fold it in half and you attach it to the head. So this was the first change I did, was the little ears. Then, as I mentioned, I didn't want those old-timey Christmas vibes. She needed a festive frock for her Christmas party with Mr. Santa Bear. So I decided to use this pattern. No, you can't. I don't know if you can see it. It's got a very, very nice pattern, like a little fan type stitch. Let me see if you can see it. Like a little fan type granny square cluster almost. It's just like 3 double crochets and chains, and it's so cute. But then, so I did the basic bodice, I did the skirt, I added the little fur trim, but I didn't want to do the puffy sleeves. So this one, as you can see, has got some puffy sleeves. So all I did was make little, like 5 single crochet little frills on the end of her dress. I also considered making a little Santa hat. I did actually start one, but then I didn't like the look of it on her. I think she looks very much in a party mood, just like this. So on her, like I said, the experimentation started, and I can almost guarantee that when I do my little party girl's boyfriend, he will have some experimenting done on him as well. But there you have it, folks. Do you not just love it? This is the reason I love making bears so much. Because really, a bear will just always look cute. I love it. All right, on to the next thing. I also showed you last week this amazing book. I love the designer. I've made many of her dolls before. I mentioned that I wanted to make the Scorpio because my daughter, her birthday is 14th of November. So this was the little Scorpio girl. And yes, I did make her super adorable patterns. Let me see if you can see it closer. She's got this little hairdo that is like, you shape it so that it looks like a little scorpion tail. There is wire, there is some craft wire inside this, which was a bit of a schlep, I will not lie to you, because you insert the wire once you've made that first little part, and then for the remainder of the ponytail you work around that wire, and that was a challenge for me. Honestly, I think I could have done this ponytail in 10 minutes had it not been for that wire, which made me work on this ponytail many more minutes. But I absolutely, if you ever want to make this doll, I highly recommend that you do use the wire to shape the ponytail, because otherwise, and it will still be super cute, but it will just hang down straight. So this is in the pattern. She's got black shoes on, but it gives a tip to say you can also make the shoes in the same color as the hair, which I decided to do because then there's a bit of balance, a bit of red at the top, a bit of red at the bottom. But she is so adorable. I did put a teeny tiny bit more eye detail on her than what is recommended in the pattern. Then you've got this lovely little bow that you make. I love these patterns. I must tell you guys, I've made several of these dolls and they are super quick. They are super easy. They're very well explained. So if you ever have the chance either to use this book or the Crochet Iconic Woman, or even if you just look at her single patterns on Etsy. Now I will link her shop down below. They are all amazing. I think in one of her books, I think it's the Crochet, it must be the Crochet Iconic book. I can't remember if I've seen it there or if it was on a single pattern. But she gives you like ideas of how to create your own doll, which I think is wonderful. If you want to make a personalized doll for someone, she will explain to you the steps, or she will show you some techniques on how you can adapt the doll to make it fit whoever you want to make it for. So this one, here's my little Scorpio. I will be making more from this book. The next one I think will probably be the little Sagittarius, which is for my birthday, my birth sign. But I absolutely loved her. Last thing I wanted to show you guys. Now, as you know, I have been, my parents are visiting from South Africa. I bought a bunch of yarn for me and my mom to work on in the evenings because she's also a crafter. So I thought that would be nice, you know, just in the evenings after dinner. Well, we've actually been sitting a lot more than just after dinner crocheting because we've been enjoying it so much. I've been working on toys, and here and there in between I'm also doing my granny squares for my sweater. My mom has been flying. She's completed her granny square vest and it looks amazing. Now I will pop up a picture somewhere here, just that I took, that you can see the sweater hanging, like the complete view of the sweater. But I also did bring it, and it's amazing. I absolutely love it. The colors turn out beautiful. It's all random squares. Now, my mom didn't work from a pattern, so she did have a bit of a struggle to get the neck to fit. So she was on Pinterest and looking at photos and trying this and trying that. And if you know, if I looked over to her, she was pulling yarn out. But I must tell you guys, she had this brilliant idea of making like a mesh back. And will you believe it? You know, a few videos ago, I complained about that shopper bag that had the mesh part. You know, the bag is made out of a mesh, you know, chain 7 attached to the other and chain 7 more, that whole thing that I just hated doing. My mom used that exact technique, like a chain 7 thing, to make this lovely back mesh part. You know, instead of just having a solid, working solid rows, she did this mesh, and I thought it was brilliant. I would have never, she actually suggested it. And I said, I can't think that it could work. Like in my brain, I had that bare bag, visions of that shopper bag in my head. And I just said, honestly, I don't think it's going to work. But my mom pushed through with it. And I must tell you guys, this is lovely. So it's that exact chain 7, attached chain 7 for the back part of the neck. And then the front, she did also type of a chain. It's just, I think she chained 3. You can't really see it on the black very much, but there you have it. So my mom is already busy with some other sweater now. Like, she is putting me to shame. Because I've only done, I think, 18 or 20 granny squares, and I am a bit of a bigger gal, so I need like 50 squares. So at this rate, well, it will be done by winter time, because at this rate I'm not going to finish it very soon. You know, I've got startitis that a lot of us crocheters have. You know, as soon as you see someone make something, you want to do that same thing. And that has been what's been going on in my life for the last couple of months. Like, I see something amazing, I have to do it, I start on it, I see someone else doing something amazing, I want to do what they do. But this is what we do. We inspire each other, we enable each other. But for the most part, I'm going to go with we are inspiring each other. So that is it. That's my story. I'm sticking to it, and I am loving every minute. All right, you guys, that is the end of this week's video. Thank you again for joining me. Pop some comments. Let me know what you're working on. It's always exciting to see what you guys are doing. If you want to email me with some photos, I get a lot of amazing pattern suggestions. I mean, the projects you guys are working on is just amazing. I get such a lot of inspiration. I've had some amazing tips that I want to try out and let you guys know about some awesome tips that I've received. Maybe do a little video on sharing tips, you know, things that we can do to make our crochet lives easier. So I think I'm working on that for a bit, seeing what else pops up. Quick little videos, quick little tips, because we are here for each other. So, all right, you guys, that is it. I've enjoyed chatting to you. I hope you have a lovely, lovely day, and I will speak to you again very soon.